In a small, dimly lit room in Moscow during the Cold War era, a young software engineer named Alexey Pajitnov sat at his desk, unaware that he was about to create a game that would mesmerize the world. It was 1984, a time when creativity struggled to thrive behind the Iron Curtain. But Alexey had a passion for puzzles, and his mind was a playground for ideas. One day, inspired by a simple wooden puzzle game called Pentominoes, he decided to create a computer version of it. He called it Tetris, a combination of tetra, meaning four, and tennis, his favorite sport. The game was simple. Falling blocks, known as tetrominos, had to be arranged to form solid lines. It wasn't flashy or complex, but it was addictive. Tetris had an almost hypnotic rhythm, and everyone who played it couldn't stop. But here's where the story takes a dramatic turn. While Tetris was spreading like wildfire in Moscow, Alexei faced a harsh reality. Under Soviet law, he didn't own his creation. The Soviet government claimed all intellectual property, and Tetris became trapped behind political barriers. Then came the international interest. In the late 1980s, an ambitious Dutch game publisher named Henk Rogers stumbled upon Tetris. He was blown away. Henk saw the potential, a simple yet universal game that could appeal to anyone, anywhere. But acquiring the rights to Tetris wasn't going to be easy. The Soviet government, Western publishers, and even unscrupulous businessmen all wanted a piece of the pie. The negotiations turned into a high-stakes game of their own, a battle of wit, determination, and diplomacy. Henk didn't give up. He traveled to Moscow, met with the Soviet officials, and made his case. In a world divided by politics, Henk and Alexei formed an unlikely partnership, one built on mutual respect and a shared vision for the game. Through persistence and resilience, Henk managed to secure the rights to distribute Tetris worldwide. He then took the game to Nintendo, convincing them to bundle it with their new handheld console, the Game Boy. And that's when history was made. When the Game Boy launched with Tetris in 1989, it became an instant sensation. Millions of players were hooked, stacking blocks on long car rides in crowded airports and late into the night. Tetris didn't just entertain, it brought people together, crossing cultural and political divides. From children to adults, everyone could connect with the simple joy of creating order out of chaos. But the story doesn't end there. Alexey Pajitnov, who had once given up the rights to his game, finally reclaimed his creation in the 1990s, thanks to his partnership with Henk. Together, they founded the Tetris Company, ensuring that the game's legacy would live on. Today, Tetris is more than a game. It's a phenomenon. It has sold over 500 million copies, been played on every platform imaginable, and even inspired research into how it sharpens the human mind. The journey of Tetris is a reminder of what's possible when passion meets persistence. Alexei created something extraordinary in the most unlikely of circumstances, and Henk believed in its potential when others saw only obstacles. Tetris isn't just a story of blocks falling into place. It's a story of determination, resilience, and the power of human connection. From a small room in Moscow to the hands of millions, it teaches us one thing. When you believe in your vision and fight for it, even the most insurmountable challenges can be overcome. So, what's your Tetris? What dream will you fight for? For more such highly inspiring content, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Rise and Renew.